So Clay, kind of that last minute and a half, minute down to start, what goes through your mind at that time?
The last minute in the laser course is just, it's crunch time. It's, you know, before that I've kind of decided where I want to start and I'm looking upwind and kind of have a game plan all set. But, you know, for the minute on to the start, it's just kind of defense on the line. You don't want anyone to steal your hole. You're trying to create the best hole that you have, and you have to weigh it kind of carefully, because if you create too big of a hole, then someone is likely to kind of swoop in and try and steal it. So it's monitoring the hole, and then, you know, the last 10-20 seconds off, before the start, it's making sure you're on the line. As soon as I'm covered, I go, and just kind of management of the fleet.
Is it something that you're nervous about, or just very intense or very alert? How do you describe your attitude?
I'd say alert. I'm not really, you know, I think the nerves kind of go away a few minutes before the start, maybe as the starting signal goes off, kind of check the nerves at the door and concentrate on sailing. There's just so much going on, you don't really have time to be nervous.
So once we get off the starting line, now it's got to think about boat speed. What's in your mind? The start's gone. What are you thinking about then?
I mean, as soon as the start goes off, it's just full speed ahead as long as I can. And I mean, a lot of the times you'll grind off the line for 3 or 4 minutes before you even look around. It's pretty tough because the starting line is a place where every inch really matters, but it's also a place where you can make a big decision and really improve your race. So you have to be very conscious of your boat speed, but at the same time you also have to be aware of what's going on around the course. If the whole fleet's tacked, obviously then you want to tack too. It's a combination between boat speed and tactics.
So how do you balance between tactics and boat speed?
It's tough. Obviously, if there's someone directly above you or below you, your tactics are a little limited at the time, so it's just 100% concentrating on boat speed. If you have a little bit more room, it's, you know, boat speed, but out of the corner of your eye, keeping an eye on the fleet and what's going on. And you know, I try and have a game plan before the race about what I'm going to do for the first minute or two, and usually I just try and stick to that. If it's go off the line very fast, if it's, you know, expect the whole fleet to tack and I need to be ready to tack. So you kind of expect what to happen, but it's, you know, it's difficult.
I noticed on that first windward leg you had a close cross with Argentina. They were on starboard. He waved you through?
Yep.
So that's something that happens all the time, even though somebody has a right of way. Strategically, they don't want you there, so they give you a little room.
Exactly.
So just walk me through that incident.
I was on port tack, and there was Julio Alsogore from Argentina on starboard, and we kind of look at each other underneath when it's underneath the boom when it's going to be a close cross, and I kind of asked, can I go? And he gave me a little finger saying go across, and then ducked me. You know, like you said before, it's all tactics. If he wants me to cross, and you know, he's going to let me cross. The other alternative is I put a close lee bow on him, in which case he might have to tack away and go right or something else.
Now it looked to me a little bit hard to tell from the air, but it looked to me like the breeze was building as the race went on. Mm-hmm. So how do you shift gears from the relatively light to medium to the stronger breeze later?
Yeah, you have to be ready. You have to have your controls at your hand, and you have to be kind of, you know, psyched up and ready for it. We started the race in probably 8 knots or so, and towards the end of the second beat, it was upwards of 15 or 16 knots, and you just crank your controls, loosen the hiking strap a little bit, and just kind of get psyched up for it.
How much physical training do you do to sail these boats?
Quite a bit. I ride my bike and run a lot just for the cardio, and then go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. And then, you know, the best thing you can do for sailing is actually going sailing itself. There's no substitute for being in the boat and getting it done that way.